For a fearless predator, he's pretty chicken.
You're lucky I don't like the taste of balding vegetarians.
Oh yeah!
Sharks are something that have always been a part of the world, and I have found to be very fascinating creatures. With this time of year being known as Shark Week, I figured, hey, why not do a list based around sharks?
Shark!
Today, we're going to be going in and counting down the top 10 sharks found in animation. For this list, I've gathered all the info on these majestic and fierce creatures of the deep. These are the top 10 shark-based characters found in animation in no particular order. Number 10. The Demon Shark from Scooby-Doo. In the episode There's a Demon Shark in Foggy Dark, we get our encounter with the no-do-gooder of the week, who claimed to be half demon and half shark. This episode starts off with showing off the demon shark frozen in a block of ice, but it later escapes and is now on a rampage, terrorizing the people of the docks and stealing pearls and other jewelry. As kinda goofy as the shark kinda seemed in this episode, there was many funny times, and like how the shark runs, which is really freaking hilarious to me.
Faster! He's gaining on him!
The shark full of Scooby-Doo was one that I could always remember, and you have to admit, he's one of those villains in the classic Scooby-Doo that I think a lot of people would also remember as well. Number 9. The sharks from SpongeBob.
Hey there, killer. My name is Sharkface. Don't let the teeth intimidate you.
In the episode's Sharks vs. Pods, SpongeBob is faced against 4 sharks who call themselves the Sharks, a gang with names of Lonnie, Ronnie, Donnie, and Sharkface, their infamous leader. SpongeBob, confused about who they really are and their intentions, finds out that they are in a dance-off against their rivals, the Pods, in which Squidward is a part of. The episode pays homage to the 1983 movie The Greasers, in which the sharks seem to be very clearly based off of. At the end of the episode, after their dance battle, it is revealed that the sharks are the winners, and they have made a former member of their team, Johnny, very proud.
But Johnny, we saved the rec center!
What rec center?
Number 8. The Street Sharks. We all knew this one was coming. If you've been a fan of the cartoons from the 80s, these guys were just so radical and popular as any other cartoon around in their era.
You can exercise all the caution you want. I'm going in.
In a world where sharks ride motorcycles, play arcade games, fight the aquatic mutants of evil, and battle for that last slice of pizza. Yeah, it sounds a little similar to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but hey, who am I to judge?
I was just having a bad hallucination. Thought I saw like some terrible B-movie. Sharks?
Once human, but now these 4 kids fused with toxic DNA from that crazy-ass Dr. Luther Paradigm with his gene slammer machine that he has used to fuse shark DNA into these 4 teens and transform them into the Street Sharks. It's up to the Street Sharks to work together and battle the mutants of the city and protect the ones they love. Number 7. The Land Shark in the Aladdin animated series. Aladdin was a franchise filled with 2 great movies, and shortly after the second movie, they decided to start a new animated series that would follow up on the events from the past 2 films. I love both of the movies, and there was nothing better than that classic Super Nintendo Aladdin game developed by Capcom back in November of the year 1993. But I found this episode out of the classic animated Aladdin series that actually was the first episode that would air on CBS, and it was really entertaining as Aladdin goes up against a massive land shark tearing through the sands of Agrabah, a massive land shark with at least 60 feet long and 20 feet wide, covered in jewels and treasure. A ferocious beast shark, indeed, that many would hate to find themselves locked in a battle, is to say the least. Number 6. Mr. Jaw, from the show Mr. Jaw, a show a lot of people might not really know much about due to how long ago it aired and how its predecessor, the Pink Panther, really took off and was considerably a lot more popular with audiences at the time. From the same creators of Pink Panther, there was a show created shortly after the name of Mr. Jaw. Now, the creators of Pink Panther would also go along to make the special effects of the lightsabers from the very original Star Wars movies.
When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
Only a master of evil, gods.
Mr. Jaw was a blue-colored great white shark who wore a purple vest with a white collar, black bow tie, and a black top hat, who liked to leap out of the water and shout, "Gotcha!" or "Gotcha!"
Gotcha, bitch.
And unexpected folks who would run off in terror. He spoke with a German accent and who was known to mispronounce words such as knucklehead as he would pronounce it as knucklehead. He also had a sidekick who was a green-scaled catfish who wore a brown bowler hat and had a Brooklyn accent who would call Mr. Jaw either boss or chief.
Boss! Oh, Chief! Are you in?
Gotcha, bitch.
Mr. Jaw was a pretty funny shark and was always good for a laugh and getting in some real funny moments.
Right there, right there.
This is not for the faint of heart.
Whoa!
This is a whole different ballgame.
Shark Week starts 23rd July on Discovery Channel.
Number 5. Bruce from Finding Nemo. Now we're going into Pixar's realm. In the early year of 2003, there was a movie called Finding Nemo. Now, one of the things Finding Nemo did really nice, it had a lot of likable characters. And one of those likable characters was a really likable shark named Bruce.
Sure, Bruce Wayne.
No, not Bruce Wayne. We're talking about Bruce, the freaking shark. Bruce was a pretty laid-back, chill shark to be around. He was the leader of the Fish, or not food, but friend society. It was kind of like being a part of the Alcoholics Anonymous, but having the fish as your eating problem. He would usually be accompanied by his two friends, Anchor and Chum, with them being a hammerhead and a mako shark respectively. His Australian accent was something that really stood out, and I found fitting to go into the movie, and it really added to his character as a whole.
Great! Then how'd you morsels like to come to a little get-together I'm having?
You mean like a party?
Yeah, you're right. A party. What do you say?
With doing some research on the film, I found these quick pre-movie sketches from the ideas that they had and how they wanted Bruce to look. Bruce was a very memorable character from the movie and definitely the best shark out of the whole Pixar franchise leading up to this point.
You're an inspiration to all of us. I mean.
Number 4.
Water style for shark shower.
Kisame Hoshigaki from Naruto. One of my favorite members from the Akatsuki clan, and a lot of people would always put in their top 4, especially when it comes to strongest out of the whole Akatsuki clan, would be Kisame. I mean, this dude was amazing. With just 30% of his water clone power, he was able to keep everybody from Team Guy, except for Guy, in water prison, while Kisame himself was still able to funnel chakra into the clones. Guy still had to open up the 6th gate to beat his 30% clone.
The thing about me is, the stronger my opponent is, the stronger I become as well. I will not tire. I will not fall.
And even without his sword Samihara, that I personally found really cool in being able to drain people from their chakra, he was giving 7th Gate Guy a run for his money, and let me put into context how phenomenal that really is. Most consider the 8th Gate level of Guy to be the strongest out of the whole Naruto universe. And hey, let's not forget, he destroyed Killer Bee in that fight, and Killer Bee is one of the strongest Jinchuriki in the whole show. And I saw how Kisame made really short work of him, and the only reason he lost because of his sword Samihara decided to stop being loyal to him and wanted to start working with Killer Bee. He had that giant ass ocean that would follow him as he moved, even to help him get that torrential advantage. People refer to this guy as the tailed beast without a tail. So if that doesn't get you hooked on how amazing this guy was, I can't help you. Number 3. Kenny the Shark from Discovery Kids. Now, Kenny the Shark, man, Discovery Kids, let me tell you about that first. It was a block that came out on the Discovery Channel that aired it back in the mid-2000s, and it contained many great shows such as Time Warp Trio, Tuttenstein, hey, and many more. But the one show that I really remember would be Kenny the Shark. Kenny the Shark was a show about a girl named Kat who wanted a pet, but not an ordinary pet, she wanted a freaking pet shark. So throughout the show, Kat and her 6-foot-tall tiger shark named Kenny would engage in multiple adventures, becoming better friends as time goes on. Kenny was pretty lighthearted and would always be trying to find ways to blend in with how humans do things differently than compared to the tendencies of his shark brethren.
Let her rip.
Kenny the Shark was a very fun and lighthearted show, but it really got a lot of good points across, and it made you remember that being a good friend is sometimes something that we can all try to take more pride in. Number 2. Jabberjaw, from the series Jabberjaw. I mean, hey, a show fighting for supremacy over its very similar counterpart Scooby-Doo that takes place underwater in the future year of 2035. Now, Jabberjaw was a very classic TV show. The show premiered back in the year 1975. Now, Jabberjaw was a shark based roughly around one of the Three Stooges, Curly, who would always be the character making quick quips and jabs about how they don't get no respect, which led to his iconic catchphrase, "Man, no respect."
I don't get no respect.
The show was constantly bashed for being a ripoff of Scooby-Doo. The show was filled with excitement and humor, and it had a lot of great developed characters to go along with the show, which made it more memorable. And if you're looking for good tunes, hey, who could forget this very catchy, timeless musical showcase? The lyrics, the beat, it all flows well together, and it makes the song so nostalgic. Jabberjaw was a great member of the band Neptunes, a likable, iconic animated shark whose legacy would carry on for decades. Here are your honorable mentions. Number 1. Garchomp from the Pokemon franchise. Pokemon is a franchise that has net worth over $15 billion, with just recently passing its 20th anniversary mark. Now, something I really enjoy in the Pokemon franchise would always be their cool dragon-type Pokemon designs, from the likes of Tranitar, Dragonite, Hydreigon, Salamence, just to name a few, with Garchomp being a mixture of two of my most favorite types of ground and dragon. It just makes him that much more epic, with some badass furious moves like Dragon Rush, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Sandstorm. There are just so many cool moves you can name that this Pokemon dominated in. I would always remember how freaking strong and epic Cynthia's Garchomp from the anime would be, and it left a big impact on my Pokemon experience as watching the show as a whole. Every time I would play through on Pokemon Diving, I couldn't wait to get to Ouroboros City and go into that route under that cycling road where there was a hidden cave, and that's where greatness started, because in that cave, that's where I would finally be able to catch my Gibble and be able to train him all the way up to level 48, and that's when he would finally evolve into the glorious, ferocious, badass dragon of mad skills known as Garchomp. And thanks to some more epic enhancements over the years, Garchomp's level of epicness has been notched up even further thanks to Mega Evolution. So yeah, that's my list for the best of the best when it comes to shark-based characters, and that's related considered. I hope you people enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Stay epic and take care. Peace!